Hi Taurus, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we're doing a little bit of a backup to last week's monthly overview reading, just checking back in general stuff, having a look at career and love. I am noticing quite a lot of platonic connections coming through this week as well, so looking at that as well. Okay, a bit of a highlight for this week's readings. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. It really does help out, so thank you so much. I am using the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle cards this week. I have the Miyamondo Lenormand deck. I also have here the Money Moves Oracle, as well as the Sweet Love Tea Oracle. Give us all that tea. Okay, Taurus, getting into it for you. Taurus, what's going on for Taurus? What does Taurus need to know right now? Taurus, what's going on for Taurus? What does Taurus need to know right now? The Throne, Taurus. Your potential is endless. Okay, Taurus, take your seat up on the dais. You are, higher than you realize. Your potential is limitless. You can, there's no glass ceiling for you, Taurus. You can just keep on going and going and going and going. There's no limit to what you can actually do. It's time to sort of start believing that and putting that crown upon your head and, making power moves. I'm picking up for some of you there as well. Your potential is endless. I'm picking up an energy here, Taurus, of feeling as though that's not the case, and you're feeling as though you're not good enough to do these things, or you can't achieve those things and whatnot. The second card we do see is the Bitchfire energy, which does talk about standing up for yourself. So it's kind of this energy of like, no matter how hard people try to push you down, that you can rise above it, and you have this seat up on the dais above it all, where your potential is limitless. So it's time to stand up for yourself and stand up for the fact that you can't tell me I have to stop. You can't tell me I can't achieve more or go further than I currently am, because you need to stand up for yourself and say, I can do this. I can achieve more. I can go further than others may be telling you, or you yourself may be telling yourself that you can't go that far, and those sorts of things. So something to keep in mind there, Taurus. Okay, clarifying that message for you. Clarifying this message for Taurus. I do want to sort of focus mostly on this standing up for yourself, this bitchfire energy. I'm just sort of picking up that there's a reason or a specific person that you're needing to stand up to here. Clarify this energy for Taurus. So it definitely does feel like I'm picking up that for a lot of you, this is it could possibly be like a co-worker that you're having to stand up against here, stand up for yourself against. For others of you, it may be like a family patriarch or matriarch figurehead, like a family figurehead, someone in the family, with a lot of authority. We have the Tower coming through first, so that can speak to career stuff, as well as the foundation of your life. So from childhood through to now. So it could be sort of either of those aspects here. But this person, it seems like this person, I don't want to say has a false sense of authority, but they have some sort of sense of authority about themselves. They kind of put themselves up on this throne, and maybe have done so for a very long time, maybe just because they're older. So it does feel like for a lot of you, it's because it's that kind of energy of like an older someone who's just older than you. Um, oh, I know better because, I'm older, I know more, that, which is not the case. Like, personally, that's, as someone who's always had a bit of an issue with, people trying to put authority on me, myself, that's something that's always kind of bugged me, Taurus, is, just because you're older doesn't mean that you know better. Look at the world. Just because, we've got a whole thing now, got okay boomer, that, the world has changed so much that, it's the younger generations that understand it a little bit more, and understand others a little bit more, understand some of the elements of life that are less regimented, more like emotions, which we are seeing the card of emotions coming through here as well. So the moon energy. So for some of you, this may actually be, having to stand up against somebody older than you and kind of be like, just because you're older than me doesn't mean that you understand, the emotional concepts the same way that I understand them. The because I am picking up here, Taurus, that for a couple of you, this is going to be specifically to do with, like, it can be a few different things, but it's like the more modern, caring, equality, standing up for others, standing up for the weak, standing up for, the minority groups kind of stuff, where, these days we do understand that there's this element of the world where we do need to be mindful of certain minority groups, such as the, gay community, like the trans communities. Those sorts of things are coming through strongly here. And you're kind of standing up to someone saying, just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that it's not right. Because it kind of feels like, for some of you here, Taurus, this is, something within you yourself that you're kind of like, there's no limit for me. I can be whatever I want to be. And, so I'm just going to use the example there of, the trans example, because that seems to put it into a very black and white sort of perspective here with what I'm trying to say, because it's someone standing up for themselves saying, just because in your generation there was only men and women, and you don't understand why I, as a man, want to now be a woman, doesn't mean that it's wrong or it doesn't make sense to me. So it feels like for some of you, it's kind of you're standing up for yourself in that sense of, can you please not dead name me? Can you please call me by the gender that I have chosen to be, rather than, it just feels like that sort of energy, like an older person coming in and saying, oh, well, no, you were born this way, you were born this name, you were born, in my generation, there was no such thing as this and that and this and that. And it's kind of like you're standing up for yourself and sort of saying, yeah, but it's 2024. I can be whoever the hell I want to be, and this is what I choose to be. And you're kind of standing up for yourself in that sort of a sense here. So, I understand that, that's not going to be the scenario for every single person. But that's the best way to sort of explain it, is it's something like that. You're standing up for up to someone who is in some sort of authority kind of a role in your life, whether it be a boss or but it's an emotional concept that you're trying to stand up for here, is the emotional concept, and we do have the bear supporting that as well, which is you standing up for yourself, standing in your own power, taking care of yourself. The bear energy, if someone tries to cross that bear's boundaries, it will rear up and rip your face off. You're not necessarily ripping anyone's face off here, Taurus, but it's like, defending yourself and standing up for yourself, and this is my boundary. I want to be called this. I identify as this. This is my boundary. You've been told. If you're going to continue to treat me less than, I am not going to take it. So I kind of feel it's something along those lines here, Taurus. So it does seem to be a family member or, someone like in the workplace that has some sort of, authority, responsibility kind of role. It's not necessarily that they do have that. It's just that they kind of put that on themselves. And I'm picking up very strongly for a lot of you, it's got to do with age. Okay, so it's like an older person coming through, and it doesn't matter like your age at all, because you could be sitting here watching and be a 60-year-old, and there's still differences between your generation and the generation above yours. Like your parents would have said to you when you were a young child, oh, I don't know how you listen to that music, that's horrible. And meanwhile you're just like, and the same thing happens nowadays with younger children and whatnot. I remember when I first started listening to certain types of music like Eminem and like Korn and all the metal kind of stuff, my mother especially was like, this is horrendous. And as if that wasn't part of the lure of Eminem when I was a teenager, right? Still love me some Eminem, guys, not gonna lie. I checking in on career and finances for you, Taurus. What's going on for Taurus with career, job, finances? Anything Taurus needs to know right now in regard to career, job, and finances? Or finances? Loyalty. I feel like this is strongly, there's a side note here of, when no matter what this card says, it's being loyal to yourself and your position as, a valid human being, just like every other worker in the place, regardless of their job position. True friendship and loyalty are among the most important values. Be loyal to your friends. So I am picking up here that for some of you, I'm just picking up randomly here that a couple of you may be, showing loyalty to a friend by helping them out with some money at the moment. So that may just be happening for a couple of you. But overall, this is kind of feeling along the lines of make friends with your work. Be nice, be the friend, be the person. I'm loyal to the job. I can do the job. It's not what it's who sometimes. That's just coming through with that that loyalty energy, that if you want to push the limits, that sometimes you do need to know the right people, or be the right whispered word on somebody's lips. If you're the one that's seen as, oh, that's my work friend, they're always really lovely, sometimes it is going to give you an advantage in certain aspects. So I'm just picking that up there as well. Direction, knowledge, and power are your friend. I do pick up Taurus. Do not deviate from your path. Attract a mentor if necessary. Plan where you want to be. I'm not really getting the mentor thing for you guys at the moment. I am just getting knowledge. So, if you do want a mentor, when it comes to work, career, finances, I feel like that's something that it's all about you being your own mentor here, and, through accessing further knowledge. So, if finances are an issue for you, learning a little bit more about, what you can or cannot do, maybe, go to your local library and get a book about, how do I manage finances better? Learn more about those sorts of things, learn more about your job. Knowledge is your friend at this time, and planning where you want to be, but keeping in mind there's no limit to that. Dream big, Taurus. Definitely coming through for you this week. Okay, checking in on love. Anything Taurus needs to be aware of in regards to love? Love. What's going on for love with Taurus? We have perfect moves coming through first. Keep the spirit of play and fun alive to be closer. Flirty, graceful, easy. Having some fun. You can see in the picture we have some people playing table tennis together. So, enjoying the time together, just, having fun, playing around, playing games. It's, all sorts of things. Enjoyment more than anything, and just playing, coming up to Christmas is a really good time to, pull out the board games and all that sort of stuff. Expression. I know in my family, it's usually, a game of backyard cricket always going on. A lot of the boys all pull out the Nerf guns and, play around with all that, shooting each other. This year, the kids are getting lightsabers from me, so they'll be able to have little lightsaber fights. Expression. Vulnerable, honesty, being able to share your feelings openly. So, I feel as though with love, you've got a lot of support there for you. Have fun with love at the moment, regardless of whether you've got someone in your life or not, that you are able to express your feelings openly when it comes to love issues at this point. And just, it's all about just having fun and just, expressing yourself in a fun, playful kind of manner at the moment, Taurus. But that's what we have for you today. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and I'll see you all again soon.